Welcome to another episode of Bright Insights, the podcast that leads you to less stress and more success. Here's your host, Paul Bright.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bright Insights. I am your host, Paul Bright. M is for meditation. Bottom line up front, meditation can dramatically improve your leadership. Meditation can dramatically improve your leadership. Okay, so those sounds might be what you think of when you hear the word meditation. Lots of bells and chanting, or, lots of kneeling and praying and all kinds of interesting spiritually related things. And that may be true. You may also be thinking about the commercials you've seen recently, or the ads on your phone, the apps that talk about clearing your head, creating some space, having some calm. And celebrities are saying, I use this meditation app, and they pay them a lot to speak on it. That may also be true. Neither one of those is wrong. Neither one of those is, one's not really better than the other. But what is also true is, for me, I don't think enough people use meditation. I don't think enough leaders use meditation, even though some of the great leaders we've had in the personal world and the business world, like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, they've used some sort of meditation. They talked about it. And it isn't necessarily spiritually related. And that's why I'm bringing this up today for M is for meditation, because it does fall under self-care. If you are a new leader, if you're an old leader that needs to learn new ways to take care of yourself, you gotta find a way to find yourself every single day. And meditation is a way to do it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you my 3 big reasons why leaders need to meditate, and then I'm going to give you guys a sample of a meditation that I've made, and then I'm going to tell you where you can get the full meditation that I made completely free. Just sign up and you can get it. It'll be in your inbox and you can start using it whenever you want. So what is meditation? All right, here's the Oxford Dictionary definition. Meditation is... So what is meditation? All right, the Oxford Dictionary definition is think deeply or focus one's mind for a period of time in silence or with the aid of chanting for religious or spiritual purposes, or as a method of relaxation. Lots of ors there, so that tells you that meditation isn't just one thing. In today's world, we tend to align it with mindfulness or just being aware of your present state. So you're basically taking the time to focus on yourself. Not your job, not your leadership, not your responsibilities, but yourself. And this leads to my first reason why you should meditate. Number 1, meditation helps remind you of who you are. It is you who is the leader, not your occupation. We can easily get caught up in our roles. I couldn't imagine in my basic training days, someone like a drill instructor that's running around barking orders and telling people how to zip up their pants and how to walk and squaring around, being that way 24/7 with their wife and kids and going to church, just being the drill instructor, tech sergeant or staff sergeant so-and-so. Meditation serves as an important reminder that you are not your job, okay? You may do your job, you may be part of it 8, 12 hours a day, but you are somebody, not your role. There's some sort of usually focus on breathing when it comes to meditations, which is literally the first sign of life. So think about it. When you wake up, you are not your job, you are you. When you go to bed, you are not your job, you are you. We're not designed to be walking bottles of coffee and a list of tasks. It is you who was hired into a leadership position. It is you who assumed a leadership position. It is you who has leadership skills. So why not remind yourself of who you are? first thing in the morning, middle of the day, or before you go to bed. Meditations actually don't have to be very long, which is my second point. Meditations can be done in as little or as long as you want. 10 minutes in the morning can be enough to focus on yourself. It takes no energy to meditate. Focus. Just focus. Focus, focus, focus. You don't have to do a giant routine. You don't have to put on a special set of clothes or walk up a huge hill and find a clearing in a glen. Those are great if you can do it, but it doesn't have to be done for you to meditate. If you can waste 10 minutes matching 3 pieces of candy on your phone or reading last night's scores in the morning, you can spend 10 minutes centering yourself. So again, meditation doesn't have to be done for hours and hours and hours for it to be effective. 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes, you can do it every day, 3 times a week, whatever. And the third thing, meditation isn't just chants and breathing. You can use different things to meditate. You can take out a piece of paper and a pencil and draw a figure 8 for 10 minutes, and that can be part of meditation. You can listen to an instrumental song for 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and just focus on the notes or trying to breathe against the rhythm of it, and that's a meditation. You can even get on a treadmill at 5 in the morning and just walk for 10 minutes. That's a meditation. 30 minutes. That's a meditation. Not working out, but just walking and just zoning out. That's a meditation because it's making you breathe, which is, again, the basis of life. You can do Tai Chi. You can do katas if you were ever in martial arts. You can, you can even listen to music and dance around and even sing to it if it's a completely happy song and you're feeling your body first thing in the morning or at the end of the night, and that's all you are. That's fine. Meditation doesn't have to be Om or anything like that. You're focusing on the basis of yourself, your core. You're taking time to do that to recenter yourself so you can end your night well or get on with your day well and be the leader that you are meant to be. Okay? Those are my 3 reasons, right? It doesn't have to take a lot of time. You can do all kinds of different things, and it helps you remind you of who you are. Meditation did not become huge to me until the last 5 years. I joined the United States Air Force at the end of 1997, and I served all the way through the spring of 2008. And I was a jet engine mechanic. I worked on the flight line. So I joined before 9/11, and I re-enlisted after 9/11. I was there for when we had a pretty regular schedule of maintenance, or you're going to go work this shift. You're going to go do these trainings. You might deploy here and there for a couple of weeks. And then when 9/11 hit, it all went crazy. All right. It went crazy. We didn't know how long we were going to be working, what days we were going to have off. You could go home after a 12-hour shift, and then 3 hours later, they can call you back in for something. That happened to me many times. And so you didn't have a lot of times where you can say, you know what, I can get some rest right now. Your rest, they didn't train you in meditation or yoga or stretching or anything like that. The accepted culture to rest when you work like that was take some ibuprofen, take a hot bath, have a few drinks, sleep it off, and then come back to work. Okay, you know what? That might work for your body for a little bit, but that doesn't necessarily work for your mind. It doesn't sort out that at some point you have to get your brain out of a sense of urgency. Because when it's running like that, running on adrenaline, running on those things, it can burn you out very quickly. And I can't even imagine if I had 10 minutes, if I knew that I could take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes every day, which I have clearly wasted that time on when I was in the military. Again, drinking, playing games, or whatever, what I thought was going to relax me. I would have been better off. I really would have been better off. But I came across it when I started working in mental health. Because now, instead of anticipating a trauma, I'm dealing with people and children that have trauma. They have current trauma. They're trying to get over some things that have happened to them. And when you start hearing enough stories and trying to help folks, it's called vicarious trauma. We start having similar symptoms as if we were going through the trauma itself. And that can add up. And my more experienced coworkers were like, well, you should try meditating or something. Like, I ain't doing no hippie chants or anything like that. And they're like, no, that's not what it's all about. And so I learned different things. And I started incorporating it into my own lifestyle and into my own work. And eventually, hey, I'm doing podcasts. That means I have a voice for something. Someone in my family heard me doing some things like, you know what, you would have a good voice for trying to do some meditations. I'm like, really? Okay, let me give it a shot. And I did. And I put myself to sleep, which, I can bore myself. But no, I've put things together, a lot of stuff I've learned over the years, and started making my own. And so I want to give a piece of that away. I want people to benefit the way I've been able to benefit. Because if you're listening out here, you're listening out there, all right? You've been through it. You've been through some things. You've gone from worker to leader, either by choice or by default or somewhere in your hierarchy of needs that we talked about a lot in season 1. Like, you needed to be in a position to lead, for you to get better. And that ramps up your mind and your game and your responsibilities a lot. And you might be listening to this going, what can I do? What can I do quickly? Well, you know what? The meditation itself can happen very quickly, but you have to keep doing it for it to be effective. 2-3 times a week, even as little as that, it can become effective. But I promise you, you find the way that meditation works for you and you make it part of your routine, you're going to be better off. And so what I'm going to do now is play you a clip of the meditation that I made, that I constructed together. I produced it. I had another expert make the music for it. I said, here's what I want the sound to sound like. And he got it done. And so I put it all together. I wrote the script and everything. It would be very beneficial for people who are around people a lot and feel like your personal space is being invaded and you need to take a break before you lash out on somebody. I even call it reclaimed space. So if you are active duty military with a bunch of responsibilities and people hovering over you, if you're a veteran and you're breaking into the civilian world and you're not used to having so many people in your space, if you're at home, because I'm recording this during the COVID shutdown, and you've got your kids doing Zoom and you're doing Zoom and your spouse is doing Zoom and you're trying to find some space to get some stuff done and it kind of adds up, this is a good meditation for you because all you got to do is find 10 minutes, you find a corner somewhere, you turn it on, you put on your earbuds, your headphones, whatever, have enough space to move your arms a little bit, and I will lead you through reclaiming your personal space, even if it's just for a little while. You'll be regrouping and recharging and be ready to go back out there and do what you got to do as a leader. So here's a little bit of that meditation. We're going to start with a few breathing exercises to get your body and mind ready to reclaim your space. Hopefully you found that nice place where you can stand and look directly at your point of focus. And as you look at it, we're going to inhale through your nose for a count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for a 4 count. And then exhale through your mouth. 2, 3, 4. You can stay loose. You can blink. We're just focusing, so let's repeat this again. Okay, awesome. If you liked how that sounded, if you think that's going to work for you, here's where you got to go. brightinsightsmedia.com/reclaim. That's RECLAIM. You're going to put your email in, your first name, send it off, and it's going to be in your inbox. There's going to be a link to that meditation, the full meditation that I just gave you. That way it doesn't suck up all the bandwidth of my host. You'll just have a link. You can click on that link. You can download the whole thing. It's yours. You don't have to pay me nothing. I'll take money, but you don't have to pay me anything for it. If that was for you. If it was not for you, that's fine. You might be like, that's not my thing. I still encourage you to look up different ways to meditate that will work for you. All right. Your brain deserves a break. You deserve a break. You deserve a shot every day to get back to who you are. You are a leader, but you are you first. And when you can reclaim who you are and be yourself again out there and be relaxed, you will have less stress and more success. Until next time.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Bright Insights. For more information on how to have less stress and more success, visit brightinsightsmedia.com.
If you enjoyed this episode in particular, or the Bright Insights podcast overall, subscribe and share with your friends. That gives us a little more visibility. And with that, we can all have less stress and more success.